is time for Mirage. It's Clutch Gaming's chance, rather, to try and get themselves back into this series after a nice attempt, at least, of recovering back on two. This they should be a little bit more familiar with now, and a very heavy Kevlar buy here from Eruption. All 5 players just going straight onto the armor, no kit purchased up, and as you can see, a pretty heavy stack around mid with 2 players pushed up and a double window play.
Yeah, so pistol round coming out in the second map. Very important, of course. Eruption on that CT side, as you said, stacking in towards middle. There's your first fight, there's your second, there's your third, and it's all a sea of blue. Finally, Azteca will interrupt the domination that Eruption have put up here in the pistol, as it's just 9-10 left. P250, got the armor as well. Saps away at a first, but the next issue is the bomb, and all 3 players in and around to support. That's a shot from 9-10 that sends Fury to the death screen. Now down to 2, Yami and Cool Last. Most would say impossible, but considering he's had the hard part in isolating the fights, they're giving him more 1v1s. That's not how you play this 1v2, gents. Still a minute left to go. I tell a lie, that clock's wrong. It might be a minute left to go. Might be less time than that. Plenty of time for him to try and take the fight again, but Cool Last will swing out. Good timing, and that is going to be the pistol on the board for Eruption.
Yeah, definitely got a little bit closer than maybe you would have thought after the initial exchange around mid, where everything went the way of Eruption, but the main thing is they managed to get it across the line. They'll be going up against, well, it looks like it might even just be the straight-up eco this time around from Clutch. No bomb plants, so no rifles purchased up. Instead, a flash and 1 deagle, I think, there for 9-10. So, yeah, I'm not expecting very much to happen here. Should be pretty straightforward. Eruption have gone heavy on the rifles as well, so really they'll be wanting to keep everyone alive if possible. Try and feed as many kills over to that MP9 as they can also. Quick mid play to put mass. A little triple spray down from Yami. Actually, when he gets 2 of them and then gets caught by the Glock, and a nice shot from 9-10 over the smoke as well. Has already made this, I would say, a worthwhile round. They've spent $900, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, might even be able to get more. Dobu, 16 points of health is all that he's left with. Yeah, indeed. Very, very narrow margins here, but Eruption do pick up a second. So, off to a blistering start here on the CT side, but now, Clutch Gaming, of course, all the right pieces fall into place. They're going for the full buy themselves. AK, fair chunky utility to work with as well. It's not a bad one here for Clutch Gaming to get on the board with.
Definitely a decent shot at pulling this one off. Guilty's pretty solid also. Pretty standard again from the T side in terms of the way they're approaching this, with just the mid control being the main goal. But Eruption keep on taking that aggressive fight. I was initially worried for the center drop rather, but they made it work cool. Instead, with the short aggression, found success, and he makes his way back into the B-bomb site in time to actually punish that push up through the apartments. So yeah, great work to Mir. Hoping to maybe try and pull back 1 kill, but at this point they're feeling a bit desperate. They're making individual plays all across the map, and it is not paying off. Yami seals the deal, and I would imagine 5-on-2, they should be able to just sit back and allow this round to play itself out, or they could just keep on pushing the issue. Would they even steal the bomb? Perfect round, not a single casualty going to be found in the end. That was the full buy from Clutch. That was the bonus round from Eruption, and they get themselves some free upgrades. They're going to go ahead and even hang on to the 1 MP9. Fury hasn't had a chance to use that since he bought it.
Makes total sense that he does as well, because he knows it's against the weak buy of Clutch Gaming in this one. Not to mention as well, right, like the amount, the quantity of players that survive, as he said. They bring forward so much weaponry. You know, we've got an AK safe. Sure, there's 3 M4s and an MP9, and every single player, bar Dobu, excuse me, is currently sitting at above $3,000. It's a scary amount of money being built up on that CT side. They can't allow a few more kills to come in this one. Dobu, oh, brilliant dismissal from the Palace push. Samir, last man left, 1v4. Desert Eagle scoops up, should have been given away the audio cue. Does find the tag at least onto the M4 player, but not quite the kill. And that is 4-0 to Eruption. The MP9 still finding nothing, Dean.
No, I mean, you'd want that ideally to get the kills in those rounds there where there's not really much on the opposite side, but his teammates are just getting all the work done, making it look so easy that he hasn't even really seen anyone, I don't think, other than when he died in the pistol. Oh, Wait and see if that MP9 eventually gets its opportunity. I was thinking maybe to drop towards under right there, but instead of boost up in the short, it'll allow them to keep the control around ladder if the mid control again comes in from clutch. And it has been their focus on that previous gun round, so see perhaps something similar. Crack angle though from Cool. If Stardust tries that again, he's probably going to regret it.
Orp holding the deep angle in apartments right now. Waiting really for the clutch game inside to make a move. Nothing giving up just yet. Yami making his way further forward as Tekka firing at all cylinders, and there you have it, right? The Orp holds the angle. It's the M4 that's there to just close the gap on the rifleman. An easy pickup, AK scooped up. It's another investment for Clutch Gaming, but another round that they have to work from a man deficit. Could even be 2 here if Dobu is able to find the kill. Not going to happen. Drops the molly in towards Palace, tries to give himself a little bit of space to work with, but ultimately, Eruption still walking away with a numbers game in their favour.
Oh, the MP9 actually coming out with a kill
Finally.
there. It didn't look like it was going to work out for him. I think he got dinked down even initially, but yeah, keeping the numbers at least equal for now. Clutch Gaming, though, salvaging back the round slightly compared to how things kicked off, of course. Although for now, actually struggling to ensure that they had the control to get that bomb securely. Eventually forced to put it down, and the wall bang from Shinobi doesn't deny the plant itself, but it does at least, again, tilt the round back in favor of Eruption, and they cleaned that one up quickly. Plenty of time for the defuse, of course. It was barely planted. It's going to be 5-0 for Eruption. I mean, we seen a 9-1 start on the first map, and then Clutch Gaming were still able to get themselves back into it and going to get their feet on the ground, but we kind of chalked that up to it being Anubis, a map that they weren't really as familiar with. This is Mirage. It's a puggy map. It's a map that really they should be pretty well aware of how to play. At the moment, the main problem is they're just being absolutely slapped when it comes to the aim fights. And aren't really managing to trade all that well off of each other either. Bomb plant at least confirms another buy, and it looks like they're going to try and just go straight into an A execute. I don't love it when you know that Eruption are going to have all the utility they could really need. Yeah, Molly's going down to slow the push. What a shot.
Cool last with the Orb. Classic as well. Molly at his feet. He's going to be burning a little bit. Tries to back up in the face of Stardust. He's waiting in the smoke. Dogu knows all too well about that push. 9-10 tries to get aggressive with the rifle, pushing down bottom stairs. A stacker from Palace will find Shinobi. It's all kicking off towards A, but the numbers still favour that Eruption side. As you said, we know Eruption, especially after Anubis, won't catch their chickens before they hatch. But a 6-0 start, another dismissal of rifles. It is looking staggeringly in their favour right now.
Yeah, I mean, this looks even more one-sided so far than what we had in the initial stages of Anubis. Maybe there's a couple of the rounds have been a little bit more of a challenge, I would say, for Eruption, but they've never really been in a position where it looks like they're going to lose the round. Even the first gun round, was it? Oh, sorry, even the pistol round, rather, where we seen the initial kind of start of it. They got like a 5-on-2 or something before a couple kills came back to give a bit of hope to Clutch, and then it was closed out. So that seems to be kind of the case. They're usually fighting off the back foot, and they get a bit done, but never quite enough. Tech 9s, though. 4 of them, 1 Deagle, bunch of utility. And for the moment, they're pretty much all holding outside B, waiting out that initial kind of burst of utility that came in towards the apartments.
There we go, send it straight in. Tech 9s. Well, the Deagle does open the round, but it feels like the rifles are here to close it. Fury alongside Yami, lots of damage done. Should hear that the players dropped in on site. I mean, Stardust can take a hell of a lot of damage. The nade certainly won't improve it. I mean, you know, if this was me in a game, I'd be diving into that smoke with my knife out. But Fury, a little more disciplined than me, Dean, as he whips out his second headshot of the round. Yami dismissed as well. Nice shot at least from PR. M4 scoop, not going to find any more than that, though. 7-0 Eruption. Seem very comfy here on the CT side.
Yeah, not far off, halfway to the finish line already, just the 1 more round. So, Clutch Gaming really need to turn it around right now if they want any chance of recovering this into a solid half. 6 or 7 would normally be kind of the goal here. So, definitely still possible. plausible, maybe not as much so. Stardust, though, trying to catch this time in on mid. Does manage to actually take the upper towards jungle, alongside an initial opening kill from their own upper as well. So suddenly this looks like their best opportunity to win a round so far. Stardust is just popping off, catching those rotations in from window, leaving it all on Yami. Considering they have a ridiculous economy, I was going to say may as well give this a go, see if he could get some kills, but Stardust is just Wing his way straight to the B bomb site. 7-1, it was meant to be, it's the scoreline, blah blah blah, the meme, all that stuff.
Ronaldo.
Brazil.
But actually, no, it's Brazil, isn't it? Oh my god. Poor from me.
Ronaldo's Portuguese, right?
Well, I guess the other Ronaldo, like...
oh, yeah.
It's... yeah, there you go. So no wonder I make that reference. Okay. People are going to think I'm an idiot.
I don't watch football, I was just gonna...
I just got confused which Ronaldo was what. There you go. Swing coming out, short push from ITR, isolating the fight onto Yami, but Dobu able to fill the void very quickly with this A4. Let's find a second frag, decides to snap back towards underpass and catches the second going aggressive. Reload, somehow still winning fights, Dean. Doesn't matter what serves up in front of Dobu, he's able to dismiss whatever's on his plate, and it is just Stardust 1v4. Bomb drop towards top middle as well, so it's out into no man's land to try and pick it up, and then to get it back, to recover it. The jiggle, he doesn't even scoop it up. Still to try and take the fight, certainly spotted now. Now they know what's up. Do they want to take it? No. A little bit of a delay, and that gives Stardust an opportunity to move back. But if he goes back in, certainly will meet his demise, and it will be Shinobi to give him the final taste of their own medicine. Bounce right back into it, Eruption here, as they pick up an 8th.
What a round from Dobu. 3 kills, dealt out that damage there as well on towards the final player, and made things a little bit easier in the end for his teammate. 8-1, a single round, bound for clutch, instantly traded back on, and, well, thankfully at least a buy can be afforded again. They do get stuck with a Galil on towards Tamir, but I'm not too sure how much that's going to be hindering them either way. He's not having a great performance so far. No one really is. 9-10 has 7 kills, and that's the best they're doing. This really is a bit of a shocking performance all around. Yami with the opening kill. 9-10 looked like he was ready for it as well. Wide swing catches him off guard. Asteka steps out of Palace. They had a 3-man stack around this A-bomb site. If he had gotten away with any mortar, that would have been a miracle. Although it did look like he probably should have had the second kill for himself. A shaky spray. Backfire. Fury catching that boost into the window. And, well, he doesn't quite know Stardust is here on mid, but he should be able to confirm that soon enough if he keeps on taking the peaks. Either way, Stardust in a 1-on-4. Even if he gets the first kill, they'll just zero in on him.
Nice first shot from Stardust, but again, just too many angles. Eruption know what they're doing. It's early rounds, just not winning gunfights, it feels like, for the clutch game inside. Just cannot get their fingers just gripped on a 5v4 here, Dean, and every single time it slips from beneath them. 10 rounds played, they've only won 1 of them. And as you said, this exact point, it was a mirror image, or it was the exact same image, I should say, out on Anubis. Mirror image in terms of sides, but that's all right. Let's see what they can do. Round 11, surely we just get a few more rounds, just survive to that CT side again.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
quick double
wow.
from 9-10. My deagle doesn't reset that quickly.
Superpowers, mate.
Incredibly low right now. This is actually looking very winnable for clutch. IZR with the recovered weapon, able to catch himself a kill in jungle, and, well, that should confirm the bomb plant with absolutely no one in position to disrupt it. And 9-10 keeps on going. Low health, risky taking those peaks, I've got to say, but it makes it work, so can't really fault them at the moment. The Dobu, I was going to say, left standing, had a nasty round not too long ago. Unfortunately, this one's just a bit too much for him to handle. 9-2, clutch game, and again with a round, but is it going to be just the sole round in the midst of nothing as it was before? Because that cannot be the case. Clutch game, and if they take this one, the economy at that point for Eruption broken down, they'll have a good chance at potentially still bringing it towards 6. At the very least, would likely recover the 4th round for free as well.
Promising that obviously Clutch Gaming are able to make it a second money for the CT side. I mean, considering they were 9-1 up, right, and they've just lost their second and had to rebuy, it's looking horrific for the side of Eruption. You expect every player to be sitting 5 digits, never mind 50 and $0 on a couple of these players. 9-10, cracks off a shot in response to the opener. Hesteka will find the follow-up. Volley towards default. Shinobi in on the Palace. Hesteka will spot him. Brilliant swing, catching him off guard. 2v4. I mean, personally, I'd be calling a save more than anything here. Eruption will concede a third.
Yeah, forced to do so. Still making it costly, though. We have got the timer jammy again, I've noticed. I was going to say it was quite dangerous that they were still taking these peaks, considering the bomb's only reaching the site at this point, but it doesn't really seem to matter, and, well, yeah, he's going to step right into the op of 9-10. Who isn't going to miss those easy op shots after what he was doing with the Deagle in the previous round? 9-3. They make it happen. They chain together the 2 rounds. They break the economy of Eruption. As I said, a fourth should come pretty much for free here, because they don't make any big mistakes. And take that next gun round, suddenly you're looking at the 6 round half, which is a fantastic recovery. And again, then I'd begin to worry for Eruption.
Can they make it 10-5? You know, can they provide at least a platform to work with? Obviously, Clutch Gaming now on the CT side in that second half. It's going to be a little bit different for them, and considering it's their map pick, you'd expect something spectacular. No one, and I mean nobody, has checked this angle. Bomb plant is going to get denied, nor is it. 9-10 finds the frag, ICR a double. He might get taken down, but no, he stands his ground too. Oh, how close could that have been? It's an absolute disaster. First man jumps through, second man jumps through. Yami will at least pick up an AK, could make it a third as well. 9-10, all too comfortable on that angle, and it will be a fourth on the board. But again, had that bomb plant have been denied, those rotations get there a few seconds earlier. The T's less advanced. 5-7 probably find similar success. That round looks very differently.
Even coming back onto the buy here, it could be a lot better for Eruption. There's no op. Only 1 kit as well, and, well, the nades are decent, but still slightly limited. Trying to play off of the spawn here, actually, Stardust. Definitely looks like one of the more aggressive players on the Clutch Gaming side from what we've seen. Oh, okay, yeah, just charges straight out and towards Tetris and manages to take himself 3 kills. The final of which is through the smoke. I didn't even see Yami. He fired a few bullets, the tracers gave him away, and, well, Clutch Gaming have a 5th round before we can even realize what's happening, let alone Eruption. And they have a terrible economy for this final round now.
Yeah, exactly. No M4s, no FAMASs. It is literally going to be Deagles and SMGs. A scout brought out for Yami. I mean, not exactly a rogue investment. A Mag 7 certainly is rogue. Coolast, I'm expecting either holding Palace close or B-Apps, and he's on A, so I'm guessing it has to be the former. Indeed, sliding up the ladder, close towards Palace. Like to see it. 9-5, Eruption looking for double digits, lesser weaponry, but that's a good start.
Yeah, it doesn't last too long with at least 1 kill being turned around from Hesteka. As a player to deal with him towards Sandwich, as well as the Palace and ramp aggression that's in place. I don't think he's going to expect Cool. Yeah, you just don't think there's going to be such a heavy stack on towards the bomb site. And Eruption are making this work. Fury with the final kill, and never mind. We thought it was going to be a confirmed 6. But Eruption, with the weakest of their buys in a while, finally managed to actually salvage themselves a little bit more.
Oh, hello. Just me. There. Oh. That's all right. Okay. Listen. Is it going to work? If not, all right, there we go, Dean. They get to get reminded of who we are, you know. We're not just a voice, we're a face as well. And yeah, Dean, listen, an impressionable first half. I think Clutch Gaming definitely could have done better, especially converting that last round in the first half, making it 9-6, raking in just that extra round to bring the gap down to 3. Instead, it feels like we're relying very heavily on a pistol round win on the CT side in the second half if they do want to try and push us to a third.
was a good turnaround overall from Clutch. It did seem like the 6th round was going to be theirs, unfortunately letting it slip against a weaker buy. And now if the pistol round doesn't go their way, there is definitely going to be trouble. Eruption favouring towards the B side of things, at least in terms of the actual initial presence, but they are going to move through under, looking maybe to catch someone around connector if possible and push this up onto A. And well, yeah, they found 9-10. They've trapped them in up close. That Glock, and I managed to find a very quick headshot, much more capable up close and personal, a bit more maneuverability with it than you have on that USP, of course.
So I'm going to drop in the flashbang towards apartments, trying to take the fight here. Double swing coming out, and Eruption have just removed Clutch from the B site. Thank you. Sending in the notice. We will be taking this off you, and they do indeed succeed in that. Yeah, I mean, finding the 4th in the round as well. It's just Stardust against all 5. USP against the Glock and the P250s. No more damage shall be done. That's 2 players, by the way, on the T side that don't take a point of damage, meaning that is $350 upgrades for the full head armor. So it will be a few AKs brought out into this round. 4 of them, in fact. Coolast will go for a Mac 10, as Clutch Gaming left to just try and show any form of success with 4 Deagles and a Mag 7.
Yeah, I mean, full investment. If this doesn't work out, suddenly it's an eco 13-5 at that point. If the first gun round goes the way of Eruption, it could be all but over, really. So this is looking quite rough indeed for Clutch. Decent initial kill was actually found, but didn't last too long. Not expecting the quick short push. They're caught off guard. The wall bangs onto 9-10 as well, just making life a little bit harder where possible. The Deagle shot's not landing, at least not to the same extent as we were seeing from him there a small while ago. 9-10's having a great game, though. It's different players as well showing up compared to what we've seen from them on the last map, which is a good sign. Catches Dobu unawares on mid. Shinobi, and a slight surprise of his own, comes back in and, well, chains together a couple of kills there. I'm not even sure how he spotted 9-10 over that smoke. He was crouching as well, I believe. Good eyesight. Tamir going to pull back one on this recovered AK, but that's all he's going to find. And now it's a Mag 7 for a retake, which I don't love.
Scoops up a weapon. I mean, it does look manageable. Only issue is no armor, no kit. Does have a smoke, I guess, but that's just too much of a risk, in my honest opinion, for Clutch Gaming to try and send it in for a 6th. It's worth just keeping this AK. Could probably get someone, maybe Tamir buys half armor in the next round. You know, you can't really do it yourself for OZR just because, again, it's dipping into funds that you desperately need heading into the next full buy in the next round, because obviously the intermittent between the force buy and the next full buy is an eco. So it's best just keeping your money, and Tamir does have the facilities to buy half, in fact full armor, all by himself. We'll see, but it is 4 more rounds until Eruption takes 16.
IZR is going to need a nutty round if he wants to give them a shot at doing anything here. I'd like to see maybe the pistols getting aggressive of mid, maybe the AK sticks in window. Perhaps catch a player or two getting antsy around mid if they're looking for the early aggression. Although that doesn't look like it's going to be the case now. They're going to all just head over towards B. We are seeing a bit of presence around short as well as the one on the bomb site, but rotations aren't going to be all that quick. It is actually the AK, though, I believe, in position, so we'll see what IZR can do, and the answer is absolutely nothing. It's unfortunate. Should be a free AK upgrade for Cool if he gets the chance as well, but for now he's happy to see if he can get that extra money. Well, there's still a couple of Kevlarless players sitting around, and, well, 9-10 has a Zeus. I don't think he's going to get a chance to use it. He'll hang around at the mortar hole, though, so if he's patient, he might.
Oh, there we go. Nice. Zeus finding the kill eventually, Dean, but of course doesn't give you any money for killing someone with a Zeus. It's just about picking up the gun, so it is literally just damage done to Eruption here as a side that already have a lot of cash, and it was only the Mac 10 lost, as you can see. Coolast goes, do you know what? I'll go from SMG to the big green. No worries whatsoever. 9-10 doing the same here. 13-5. This is really the last leg for Clutch Gaming to stand on here if they stand a chance of trying to win this BO3.
Now or never. Stardust aggressive in on ramp here is going to be isolated. Doesn't actually have any backup at all. Not normally how you're going to want to play this A-bomb site when you're completely alone. Usually a retake is the way to go. Smokes go down, he's pushed forward, his teammates can't help out at all. That gap on the smoke even works in favor of Eruption, as it is just spiraling out of control for Clutch Gaming. They're going to need an absolutely clutch performance if they want any hope at all of turning Mirage around, as they did in Anubis. Obviously, they didn't even manage to fully pull that one off.
Six shot from Fury.
Not even a single casualty.
Yeah, I was going to say, making sure that damage is maximum, and of course, their own damage is minimum. 13 will turn 14. IZR, last man standing, has to save. No chance you're winning this one with no kit as well. And that just leans further in favour of the T side. They are now 2 rounds away from securing the first win, not only for themselves, but of the entirety of ESL Challenge League Season 44 Asia Pacific. And they do it by means of elimination as well, which means no weapon saved. Clutch Gaming have nothing to show for them heading into round 20, and that just means disaster for the near future.
It's not great, but it's something. There's some rifled, mostly from masses. Cool, gonna try and take the spawn peek up ramp. Player in towards default and pushing Palace, I believe. Yeah, decides not to get too aggressive with it. Instead, they know they're up against a slightly weaker buy. They had a really solid lead back on Anubis before they started to let it slip away a bit, rather. So, being a bit more cautious this time around, as you can see, and it's paying off. They punished that underpass aggression. Will they expect a follow-up player, though? That's the question. Oh, not initially. Anyway, 9-10, good for the 1 kill. Should be able to escape back through mid as well. There's no one here right now, so 4-on-4 at least being recovered.
Fury collecting another kill. Force investment by Clutch Gaming already turning a straight. Stardust does actually have a really nice push in towards ramp here, Dean, but the information isn't good enough when you're playing 4v3. They need to find some success off the back of it. Timing is going to be really important, though. These top mid players, they won't be expecting a thing. They will not be expecting a flank like this. Oh, I was going to say, if he drops there, that would have been risky if he made noise. But no, doesn't. Dead silent. Is anyone going to be holding for it? No, he goes towards apartments. Had he have gone mid, it was such an easy double kill. And now he's making a meal of it completely because, look, one coming from under, one starting to push out A ever so slowly. Couple of players towards middle, all bodies to the middle here, and well, there you have it. Another 1-for-1 doesn't improve upon Clutch Gaming's odds.
Oh, that was a ton of damage for how short of a time he was actually jumping through that molly right there. His time, I was going to say getting close for sure, but yeah, just about getting that bomb down. Stardust going to have a tough time getting in through the mortar hole. 9-10, as I said, already tagged up pretty heavily. Fury himself isn't looking too healthy in fairness, but he has an easy initial kill. Just needs to not give away any sort of peek here to 9-10. He has him trapped in around the steps at the moment. He can keep on running down the time, and eventually the issue is pressed, and it's going to be a 15th round on the board for Eruption. 15-5. 10 rounds in a row is what Clutch Gaming need just to get an overtime. They then need to win that overtime and manage to pull off a third map as well. So I think it's safe to say things have gotten more than out of control.
Well and truly. One more required for Eruption. 10 consecutive here for Clutch. They've got 3 M4s and 2 FAMAS's limited utility to try and put up a fight. Don't see it happening whatsoever. Do not see it happening at all. I think everyone at home knows that the final destination for Mirage will be in favour of Eruption. AXEC to come out here, Dean. Any resistance would be good. A couple of rounds just to make this look a little worse than it is. Molly's dropped in. Push towards stairs, a couple of players creeping out of Palace as well. No kills yet to come in. It's actually first blood in favour of Clutch Gaming. A double kill down to a 5v3, but Dope has a response down to 3 AKs.
Decent nade. Dunks on top of 2 players around the steps. Definitely could make life a little bit easier for Dobu, but he loses his teammate in towards Palace rather. You know, these still trapped back towards the ramp, but he's somehow making this work. They both swing it. It looked like they were almost lining up on the steps for a moment, but not quite. Histeka now left in the one-on-one. He's not been having a fantastic game so far, already tagged up quite a bit as well. And I don't think he's going to make it to be quite in time, although he will move in from short. So if he starts moving quicker now, he should at least have a decent position to catch perhaps the back off from the bomb plant. But no, hasn't fully committed to it. He was unsure whether it was going to be B or not. He checks A, realizes at this point, I'd imagine, that it's not planted there. But it's given plenty of time for Shinobi to position himself for this after plant.
Histeka moving in on short. Audio cue given up to Shinobi. Needs the quad kill in the round. It's planted for short. He'll be expecting that play, but he won't be expecting the swing to go over the top. And there we have it. What a sick performance. I mean, Dean, I think we kind of knew it was happening, right? First half looked pretty strong, but again, consecutive wins. They make it 2-0 in a game that we thought could be semi